Political Voices Network.
Let's talk about Judge Cannon. You write in your piece, there's a virtual mountain of evidence in the Florida case in favor of Cannon's removal. I can't ever understate how unusual it is for a federal court judge to decline to set a trial date. I mean, I think that's what's depressing this morning is that, sitting here, butt clenched for the Supreme Court immunity ruling. Yeah. Or what's going to happen, just hoping on a wing and a prayer that Judge Cannon oversteps enough to get removed, because otherwise, again, I don't know if more of these people are working for Trump's campaign team or his defense team, but I guess both.
And if you read yesterday's ruling, her order from Judge Cannon, it's like we're in the legal upside down. I mean, I think experienced criminal practitioners, prosecutors, and defense attorneys will look at that and come away thinking that wasn't written by a judge. It's actually law-free. There are almost no cases cited as precedent for all of this crazy garbage she's doing.
Yeah.
And there was a real tell on page 7 for anybody scoring at home when she says, I'm going to revisit the ruling that was entered by Chief Judge Beryl Howell in Washington, D.C., saying that you're darn right Donald Trump tried to use his lawyer in furtherance of a crime, so he can't claim the attorney-client privilege, and instead the lawyer has to testify about and against Donald Trump in the grand jury about the crimes Trump tried to get his lawyer to commit. And Judge Cannon says, I'm going to revisit that. I mean, that's obviously a devastating ruling to Donald Trump. And the reason she gave for revisiting it, she said, Jack Smith, you haven't given me any case that says I can't, and you can't stop me. Read page 7. That's essentially what she says without any authority, without any legal support. That's basically her claim. She has proven over and over again that her disqualification cup runneth over. Yeah. And at some point, maybe Jack Smith is waiting for some really bad appealable rulings. Yeah. And then he throws the motion to recuse in the mix.
Yep. I still believe justice is coming. But, even Judge Merchan, partially lifting Trump's gag order, he violated it 10 times. As you always say, anyone else would be in prison. It's just, I'm so tired of these two, systems of justice where Trump and who knows what the Supreme Court's going to rule and when on immunity, right? I mean, we're just in the upside down.
And as bad as it made us feel that Judge Merchan lifted the gag order as it pertains to witnesses and jurors so Donald Trump can start running his mouth and endangering witnesses and jurors. Now, it made us all feel bad, but it was right on the law. And if it wasn't, I would say so. Yeah. But here's the silver lining for that one, Steph. He's going to start lashing out. He did a little bit of it last night. I did not have sex with a porn star. He's going to start lashing out at witnesses and maybe even jurors. And the good news is all of that becomes relevant at the time of his sentencing on July 11th, because the prosecutors will argue, the only time he can be restrained from endangering others is when the justice system restrains him. You know what the ultimate form of restraint is? Incarceration. Yeah. And that's what needs to happen to him come July 11th.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Wouldn't that be a lovely turn of events? All right. All right. We're going to, we're going to pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and I'm going to see you in Boston, my friend. That's right. Boston's Sexy Liberal. We're going to be back on the trail. All right. Love you, Glenn Kirschner.
Better days ahead. That's
right.
Love you.
All right. Amen. Mwah.
Thanks a lot.
You are invited to Stephanie Miller's Sexy Liberal Save the World Tour. It's the political comedy event of the year, and it's coming to a city near you. Join Stephanie Miller, the queen of progressive talk radio, along with Hal Sparks, John Fugelsang, and the comedy duo Frangela, mocking all the fascists and trolls for a tour that is hilarious, inspiring, and deeply offensive to just the right people. It's an all-new tour with all new guests and a side-splitting evening of stand-up. Stephanie Miller's Sexy Liberal Save the World Tour.